Okay. Cheryl Ray Stout, WBZ.
Hi, James. What was the difference in the adjustments that New York did defensively on you in the second half?
They didn't do anything different. We just didn't execute like we should have.
How do you look at the game overall?
We didn't win.
Can you expound on what Ruthie was able to do and what Diamond was able to do?
I don't understand. What did they do?
Well, Ruthie did have a double-double, and she played pretty well.
We didn't win, though. Like, that's the thing. We didn't win. So we didn't do what was necessary to win. I don't know what individually I'm supposed to be, focused on. Like, we didn't do what we needed to win. And that was everybody, whether they had a double-double or not.
Thank you.
Shannon Ryan.
Okay, sorry, I had to unmute. Without Candace and without Allie, just, were there certain things you were looking for from the rest of the team? Sometimes when key players are out, there are things that, other players are getting that time and maybe pays off down the road. Do you see any of that from this game?
I was looking for us to be disruptive. I didn't think we were disruptive enough. I know we forced them into 22 turnovers, but I still thought that their key catches were a little easier. It doesn't matter who we have on the floor. We can't make any excuses. We put a game plan together without those players in mind. So I felt like we didn't we didn't execute the game plan. So we have to get stronger in that aspect.
James Kay.
Hey, Coach. Ezrae was able to make her season debut tonight. She seemed like a really smooth performance tonight. What did you make of her time, and how was she feeling after the game?
I haven't talked to her individually after the game. I just addressed the team. I was happy to see her on the floor. So, unfortunately, we were stuck with, her minutes restriction, but that's for her, that's what she has to do. I think she has to slow down a little bit and let the game come to her and probably be more decisive in some of the things that she was doing. But that's to be expected after having such a long layoff.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
Hi, Coach. Sorry about today's game. Truly, I know how disappointed that you feel about this game. But can you, despite the not winning, do you feel like it was an effort in which the team played all 40 minutes, as you had stated earlier in the week?
No, it's sometimes you can always play harder. I felt like we could have, but it's also about playing smarter as well. I thought that we didn't execute our schemes to the best of our ability. I felt like it's something where we're going to have to learn how to deal with adversity, but and I don't want to use the excuse that players are out, and I don't want to use the excuse that it's early in the season. Players are out for every team. It's early in the season for every team. And so I felt like this was a game that, really exposed the things that we need to work on, and we just have to work on it.
Awesome. Moving ahead to Atlanta on Tuesday, what do you feel that the team needs to really work on in the next couple of days in order to get prepared for Atlanta?
Execution on both ends of the floor. Feel like everybody needs to get on the same page. Individually, we did some things that didn't help us. you know, whether it was box outs, whether it was slipping screens too early when, you know, we should be wanting to, you know, actually lay a body on someone, whether it was, you know, letting them beat us to 50-50 balls. They just beat us at every turn. And, you know, it's tough when you do those things. I can't, you know, say it enough. We have to play at a level that's higher than every other team. We have to play at a level because we're not going to get 50-50 anything. So if it comes down to something that's, you know, decisive, we have to overextend. And I've been doing this my whole life. So it's normal that I'm coaching a team like this, that these things happen to. But, you know, we'll work through it. We've made it this far.
Last question for James. Daniel Artest.
Hey, Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, bro.
Good. So I was just wondering, like, won the turnover battle, but you know, eventually.
Daniel, you can go for it.
What? Excuse me?
Hello?
Go ahead. Ask your question, please.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were on my computer.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all won the turnover battle, but you know, y'all mentioned lost the game shooting 40% in the paint. Was it just more of y'all lack of execution, or more so of the Liberty's defense today?
I wouldn't say it was that. I feel like it was the lack of execution, maybe the lack of consistent will on that end of the floor. We can't take shortcuts. Like, we just can't. Like, not our team. Some teams can do that. Some teams can take plays off. Some teams can take shortcuts. We cannot. And if we want to be the best team that, you know, we can be, we will not. But these things will happen often than not. If we do, we'll be sitting in the locker room with, you know, whatever kind of faces and wondering what we could have did right. But we took some plays off and we didn't have the sense of urgency that we needed. And we can't expect for, you know, the referees to bail us out, even if we feel like some of the calls didn't go our way. It's just a part of who we are. So if you come and play for Chicago, this is the stuff that you got to deal with, and you got to fight through it. And it's only going to make us better at the end.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, James. Well done in the shield on that.
Hi, Diamond.
Hello.
I know this is a tough, disappointing loss. What made the difference of this game with the turnout that it became?
I mean, I think we all know they shot 50% from three. They had 12 boards that led to a few of those threes. So I think just, you know, them making shots from outside really was the biggest difference.
Was it their execution or a lack of defense on your part, your team's part?
Oh, it was a lack of defense for sure. I mean, you know, it's probably, you know, they have good shot makers. You can't, you know, leave people wide open that are capable shot makers. So, you know, we were overhelping in some plays, and you know, in turn they were able to get open threes, or they got old boards and kicked out to open threes, and you know, just I definitely think it was a lot to do with our defense.
This is one of the parts of where you guys are. You have to learn from this when you go forward. These are those kind of teaching moments, almost.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have you know, a lot of young players, myself included, You know, Shyla just got here like 5 minutes ago. Stephanie, you know, she's still learning the system and the way we do things, and they played big minutes tonight. So, you know, we're just trying to bring everybody along and stay together in the process. So it was definitely a big learning moment for us.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Jamal Collier with the Tribune.
Hey, Diamond. I know this is not obviously the result that y'all wanted, but it is your first time playing in front of your home fans in a few years now. Just kind of what was that experience like, and what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it was nice. You know, we believe we have the best fans here in Chicago. So really, really nice to see them and to feel their energy. Sorry, you know, it's disappointing that we couldn't get the win. But we have a lot more basketball to play this season, and we're going to need the fans to be fully engaged all year.
What's the biggest difference of playing games without fans versus now coming back and having a crowd back in there for you?
You just can hear everything. You know, other teams, referees, you just can hear everything when the gym is empty. So, you know, having crowd noise is really, really important.
Appreciate it.
Allison Moran.
Hey there, Diamond. So sorry. It's got to be tough there. But what encouraged you anyway in this loss? This is only your first loss of the season, and I don't mean to minimize it at all. But what were some of the positive things that you took out?
Definitely, I would say our second half defense, you know, limiting their 3-point shots in the second half. I want to say in the first half they made like 14 threes or something crazy. So, you know, we were able to cut that down quite a bit in the second half. Definitely a positive. And just our leadership, you know, we've got Sloot here, obviously. I've been called on to have a bigger role. Ka has been called on to have a bigger role. We got Candace. So, you know, we stayed together, and, you know, you rather this happen now than, you know, down the road later on in the season, and we're just going to learn from it.
Great. Thanks, Diamond. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Diamond, thanks for your time. You played back-to-back games now with hovering around the 34, 35 minutes mark. And I mean, you also took a shot today with a really tough screen from Kylie Shook, I believe it was. Just how are you feeling physically right now? Like, you feel like how are you feeling right now through 3 games?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm feeling good. 35 minutes is about where I was at 2 years ago. So to know that I'm able to sustain myself for 35 minutes is a positive for me. That really means a lot to me, regardless of the stat line. You know, for me to be able to just be on the court for 35 minutes really means a lot. And if that's what I need to do for this team to be successful, then I'll do it each and every night. And, you know, the hits that come with it it's just part of it.
Absolutely. Well, you also had one of your best performances of the season today, or yes, you had one of your best performances. I mean, being able to score 22 points, like what does that do for your confidence going into Tuesday's game against Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always pretty confident. I knew that I'd have a game, you know, I knew I'd have a game coming up in the next game or so. So, you know, I'm happy to have shot better this game. Unfortunately, you know, it wasn't enough for us to get the win. So, you know, going into the Atlanta game, just try to build off of tonight or today and get a win then.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
Shannon Ryan, Chicago Tribune.
Can you hear me?
Yes, barely.
Okay. I'll try to. You mentioned, you know, it's better to have these injuries now than later on down the road. road, but you guys are just a few games into the season, still, I'm sure, trying to gel in certain ways. Do you just try to kind of bide your time right now, or do you try to figure out other things with chemistry as this, as there's these disruptions?
Yeah, no, we don't make those types of excuses here. It's unfortunate that we have players like Candace and Allie and Z coming back still on minutes restrictions. It's unfortunate, but we don't make any excuses. We have depth here on our roster, and we intend to use that to continue to play at a high level. So next man up.
And you mentioned, when we were talking about a positive from the game, and you said leadership, you mentioned Candace. Just what is she like on the bench these last 2 games?
Yeah, Candace, she's just very vocal, constantly giving her input, constantly coaching us up, and, just being a positive force of energy on the sidelines, while she's out. So, much appreciated.
2 more questions for Diamond. We'll have Annie Costable next.
Hey, Diamond. Struggled shooting late a little bit. How do you keep your focus, your confidence up to continue taking those late game shots when you're fighting back from a deficit like that?
You just got to trust the work that you put in. I'm in the gym every single day, and I'm shooting those shots every single day. And so whether I've gone 0 for 100 or not, I still feel confident taking that shot. And, that's what you rely on at the beginning of the game or at the end of the game. You just got to rely on the work that you put in. And I put in a sufficient amount to feel confident taking those shots.
Thanks.
Danielle Artest.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
How you doing? Yeah, so your intensity on defense really gets you going on the offensive side of your game. The way you disrupt and everything. I know this is a tough loss as a hooper myself. These are one of those games where I'd rather just lose by 40 than lose a winnable game, But what can you take from this game that you can improve on, yourself for this Tuesday's game versus Atlanta?
Just the defensive lapses that I had. Guarding a player like Sabrina, you can't afford, to have moments like that. And, she was able to knock down, all the open jumpers that, were given to her. So, I think personally, that's the biggest thing for me is just staying locked in each and every defensive possession and understand that that's what my team needs in order for us to be successful. So.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. We'll have Courtney Vandersloot next. Thank you, Diamond.
Thanks.
We'll start with Annie from the Sun-Times.
Hey, Courtney. The Liberty were able to get some clutch shots off as the shot clock expired. Defensively, how do you guys ensure you're defending through the entire possession as you move forward and look to the dream next?
Well, I think it's a sense of urgency. We have to play 24 seconds of defense. 20 seconds is enough. And, they were able to get a couple long rebounds for threes, and we're just out of position early. So, I think we cleaned it up later in the game, but it's just too late by then.
Thank you.
Cheryl Raystow.
Hey, Courtney. Was it a matter of your defense not doing the job or the Liberty's offense executing today?
Look, we're going to give credit where credit's due. They made shots, they made good plays, but I don't think that we execute our defensive plan very well. We have to be better in that. But at the end of the day, these, they made big shots, like you said, shot 50% from three. So it's difficult to win when a team is doing that. We're going to make some adjustments, and we're going to continue to get better on the defensive end.
Is it one of these games where you're going to learn from it, grow from it, because it is so early in the season?
We have to. That's the name of the game. It's hard to win in this league. It's early, fortunately for us, and we're gonna learn from it. If we don't, we're gonna have a couple more like this. You know, it's something that we have to do. We have to learn, and we have another one coming up. We have a tough Atlanta team that wants it. You know, another one from us. So we have to use this as a learning experience, make adjustments quickly, and get back on a roll.
Thank you.
James K.
Hey, Courtney, thanks for your time. I think that this was probably Diamond's best game of the season so far. How encouraging is it for the team to just have her come out and have a game like this?
Well, we're going to expect a lot from Diamond all season. So, you know, we know she works hard. We want her to be this. She's going to be this the entire time she's in a Chicago Sky uniform. So we're going to, you know, keep encouraging her. We trust in her. You know, it had been a while since she's played in a game. So it's going to take some time for her to get back to the Diamond that we know and love. But, yeah, she's on the right track. And, you know, we're going to ride with her all season. So.
Absolutely. Shyla made her debut today. Is there anything that you're going to be telling her, any advice you're going to be giving her after her performance tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's difficult. She's in a really difficult position. She got here like 5 minutes ago, and we threw her into a game, you know, and this is a tough league. But she's tough, and she knows that she's good enough to play in this league. It's going to be a process. We got to get her up to speed. You know, just being able to kind of mesh with us, and it's going to take some time. And she knows that. We know that. We trust in her. We believe in her, and you know, I hope she knows that and feels the same. So today, it's just kind of, you know, how much can we expect from her? She's literally had one practice, and we're straight off the plane. So you know, it's going to take some time, but like I said, she'll get there. She'll get there quickly.
Thanks, Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
Allison Moran.
Oh, there we go. Hi, Sluty. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good. Talk about switching over to Tuesday's game, and you've got a hectic schedule this week, shall we say. What are your concerns with the Atlanta Dream, and how do you feel like you can prepare this week for them first and later on?
Well, they're a difficult team, and they exposed us last game. You know, we got up early, and they came all the way back in the second half. So we know we have to put a complete game together. We have to keep their guards in front of us and make them make difficult shots. So you know, we're expecting them to come after us this first game, or the second game. So we need to be ready. It's kind of a different game plan than this one. So, like I said, we need to use this as a learning experience. Tighten up some things on defense, and you know, be ready for a really hungry Atlanta team.
No kidding. Yeah. Another question was, who can you single out for great performances today?
Well,
outside of yourself, of course.
Well, you know, I was impressed with Ruthie. Of course, Diamond gave us a lot defensively and offensively. She's attacking. You know, I like Stephanie Watts' energy. I know she hasn't kind of put together a game that she wants, but she gives us good minutes coming off the bench. Of course, it was so happy to see Z out there. I think she gave us really good minutes. It'll be nice once she gets off minutes restriction, but she changes things for us definitely, both on defense and offense.
All right. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Last question for Courtney. Danielle Artest.
Hello, Courtney. How you doing?
Good.
Great. I was loving the back and forth with you and Sabrina today. Both of y'all became the first players in league history to have 10 points and 12 plus assists. I don't know if you see it, but I see a lot of her in you. Can you describe her game? And do you see any comparison?
Well, Sabrina, she's special, you know, and we knew that coming into the league, but you know, it's just really nice to see it manifest in the league. So, you know, obviously she's incredible. She makes her teammates better. She can score. she's definitely a once in a lifetime player. So, tonight I think Diamond did a good job on her, but I think she really showed how good she is. So, I wish her the best in this league. She's fun to watch, especially as a point guard.
Yeah, and also one last question. This is my first time seeing y'all play in those jerseys, man. Like, what's your thoughts about the entire the uniform? I think that for the entire pack that y'all got, I think y'all have the #1 ranked one. We ranked it on my podcast a couple of weeks ago and stuff like that. So, what you thinking about those jerseys and how they look?
I thought I was biased, but I completely agree with you. I think we have the best uniforms. Right now, they're a little unlucky though. So, but we're looking forward to get some wins in these uniforms. But yeah, I think we look really good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Courtney.
Thanks.
We'll have a Stu up next in just a moment.
Hi there. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Uh-oh, can't hear you at all.
Okay, wait. You
Kelly,
hear me?
Hold on to me 1 second.
Shall we try that again? Hi there.
Hey.
Hey, there you are. Now I can hear your voice. Awesome. Can you characterize this loss? What do you think in terms of where it places the Sky as a team, and also how you need what you need to improve on?
I mean, like a team. I think at the beginning we can say like we are not focused on 100% to go on, because this kind type of game is like so new. People they are there, so we need to focus and know which team we are facing. I think like today is a bad day. We're gonna learn it from it and move on to the next game, because we can stay here like lamenting, because we need to move on, because we have in 2 days like one more game coming up. And I just need to be like say like confident to prove myself and helping the team more a lot on defense, because sometimes I'm like a little bit like confused, like if I need to go back or like just stay with the guard. But I'm gonna work on that and to be like more focused on defense.
How let's talk about the Atlanta Dream coming up, and they're going to be out for revenge this time, without a doubt. How do you stop them for a second game?
Like we already know that, because they're gonna come here to fight. So, but we're not gonna say we already beat them like first time. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be a tough game. So we already know that. So we're gonna work on it and like be ready to play our basketball like we did every single time.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Daniel Artest.
Hello, Stu. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Great. I just want to know about you personally, like your motivation. Getting to the sky after being in Dallas, not really getting that much playing time, but before you got to Dallas, you had a pretty good season. So, what's your motivation personally? To prove yourself, the team that that had you before. Just to prove that, to show them like, hey, you really let a good player go.
No, I'm not like honestly. I'm just gonna be be me like every time I did. If I don't have the chance to put me on the court, so the other team they will do. So I'm gonna be me, like doing my basketball like every single time I did and play the team and help like them. So if they don't put me like more on the court or they don't trust me like so the other team like trust me like a James or the other I don't know who now. So I'm not gonna say like show them I'm gonna be motivation for by myself for the team, so to push them and just be on the next level.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking. And you had a really good game today.
Thank you.
But y'all came up short. Is it more so of the Liberty's defense or y'all lack of touch in the paint today? Because y'all kind of struggled in the paint a lot today.
Yeah. Right. It's just like not like their defense, but it's just like about me. So I was just like going or stop or doing it was like me, but I'm gonna learn it for that for the next game and be more preparation and focus on what I'm gonna do. So,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Stu, and thank you all for joining us.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Stu.
Thank you.